What's good? What's good? Welcome back to the channel. Back with another video for you guys. 2007 Chevy Tahoe. We're getting ready to change the front brake pads. It should apply for a lot of the other years. I'll put it in the description far as '07, '08, all those. Yeah, anyway, we're getting ready to change the front brake pads. You're gonna need a 19 millimeter. Remove your lugs. Definitely use a jack and a jack stand for safety. Always, you don't want to injure yourself. So let's get to the process, okay? 19 millimeters. Let's go ahead and get them off. All right, let's do it. All right, here we go. So level 3. Level 3 always works. All right. That's 1. That's 2. All right. 3. 4. And sometimes they'll get stuck. You might have to drop your socket on the ground, smack it a couple of times to get them to come off. All right, let me get these heavy dudes. All right. Got heavy rims, you want to lift like this, drop them down. All right, got him out the way for now. We're going to cock our wheel towards the driver's side so we can have our caliper facing us. So we're getting ready to do that as well. Let me feel for these. Feel like a 17. Let's verify. And let's move my rim a little more. All right, let's feel. Nope, 19. All right. Since we know what we got our 19, and let's get our breaker bar and our ratchet. You don't have to have a breaker bar, but in order to do this, you're definitely gonna need the 19. I recommend you use a 6-point socket just to get the job done and you don't strip anything. All right, righty tighty, check lefty loosey, check your ratchet. 19 it is. Give some smacks. Same thing at the bottom. There we go, got those broke free. All right, another magnet tray and one of them lights over there. The hex light, and let's get it in. Let's get these broke free. Oh, to your right, there's 3 of them on the back wall. Nope. Yes sir, yes sir. All right, brother, thank you very much. More lighting for the area, help everybody see. There we go. All right, so now you're gonna take your screwdriver, go in between here. Let's get a smaller one. Well, actually, you may not have to. Let's compress it over much as we can. Pull our caliper off, move this out the way as well. Recommend you put your bolts back in how they came off top and bottom, and getting some little bit of an uneven wear on the pads. They're not super bad, but you can see here, and they're starting to get cracks in them. So when they start to glaze, it makes you slide a lot more. When they start getting cracks in them, it's definitely time to change them because of the heat and everything. These are just going to start to get brittle and start to, fall apart. So glad we're doing it. He heard it, so my guy know what he's talking about. All right, got these off. Should have new brake clips and everything. This is the parts number. We're gonna match up everything. GNAD 1092 CarQuest Advanced Auto Parts. All right. Get this open and let's match up one to verify that we're good. And let's see, because we might have to go beat the dude up. I think we're gonna have to go beat him up. Let's see. Nope, they just changed the design a little bit. So you're supposed to compare your pads front and back, okay? So this one is a lot bigger, but the pad shape is the same. So it has this metal here. I'm not sure what brand this is, but the pads are correct. So just wanted to show that. But yep. Always check your curve and all that good stuff, but everything should be cool. So I was kind of worried for a minute. I'm like, hold on, these aren't the same, but they are. Just got an extra lot more metal. All right, throw them to the side. Check our brake clips. It's got new brake clips. Let's open this on up and match these up, match them up as well. All right, and sometimes you got to pry them. Sometimes you can just pop them out like that. and they look the same. Everything's gravy. All right, let's go back in. Make sure we clean first. Pop in our clips. And let's get it. One on that side, one on that side, and smash it down. Okay, sometimes they may not seat well. Take you a screwdriver and just kind of press in to make sure it's seated well. Then you want to make sure your rotor doesn't scrape. Okay, now that that's good, let's go ahead and pop this one off as well. And you don't have to change your clips as long as they're in good condition and not real rusty and brittle, but these could be cleaned up and reused if we wanted to. All right, last day's car, back to these. All right, same thing with the top. These wings here, they're gonna go inside like this, and you wanna make sure you get it in. You'll kind of feel it wiggle a little bit, then mash them up. Check your rotor again. No scraping, great. All right, now we're gonna take some brake grease. You don't have to use any, but I recommend you do just to keep your brakes from squeaking. So let's open up our pack. You don't have to glaze this part right here, but I recommend it. Some people are like, oh, you don't have to do it, but let's do it. Let's see if I got a little spot. Yeah, damn, I hate when that happens. Tear is supposed to be a tear spot and it never tears. All right, let's get some of this on here. And I usually take a little bit on my fingertip like this, just a little bit, and just wipe out, because you don't need too much. It's going to get real greasy. It's going to turn dust, dirt, rocks and stuff. It's going to just cake up, so you don't want that. All right, so same thing, just a little bit to make it glide, just like that. All right, make sure we're good on our brakes. Okay, and let's check whether which one has the brake spring. And looks like it might be this one. Okay, so this is the one where the bigger one. So this is the one that I was comparing here. So they are the same. So the one on the inside, which is Screamer with the extra metal, is gonna go on the inside. Okay. Give some wiggles. You might have to play around with the brake pins sometimes. Sometimes they're loose. Sometimes they might fall down a little bit. And sometimes you gotta play with it a little bit. Right, so we got the back one on. Get our front one, same thing. Put him in our groove. Let me actually bring the camera over about right there. Okay. Sit him in like this. And just wiggle it. There we go. All right. If you don't feel like it's seated well, take your screwdriver, give some taps. Make sure it's all the way over. Make sure everything's good. Now, we're at the point where we can compress our caliper. These calipers are starting to get old. They're still good. They're not leaking anything, but the rubber boot is starting to go bad. So they're not leaking, so that's still good. And let's see how they react with the brake kit. So you may or may not need a kit. You can also use a C-clamp, but I got this specific brake pad compressor as far as a caliper compressor. I call it a brake pad spreader. Some people don't. That's what I call it because it looks like it just spreads open. All right, back to it. Let's sit this in here like this. Start ratcheting it up. Let me get it closer first. And that should be good. All right, so if you decide to get one of these caliper compressor, front, rear, has magnets on it, just for those who might want to get one of these if you have a Tahoe or a vehicle that requires these types of pads, especially if you got dual piston calipers. And let's see how they react. And you want to keep going back. Oh yeah, these are working great. Keep going back until it stops. You'll feel it stop. But yeah, you only replace stuff that's broke. Hopefully it'll never break, but stuff gets old through time, we all do. All right, so we're almost there. And you want to go till you stop. Don't try to take it off and put it on. You're going to cheat. I've done it before. And then you be putting it back on, resetting back up and everything. All right, so now get our brake grease. Since we got our caliper back, we're going to glaze the outside of our pad just enough. You don't want to make it super sloppy, but you want to glaze it just like that. Okay, same thing with the other side. And this helps with the squeaking. And same thing. Glaze it. Might need a little more. And that should be good. Now, since the caliper was offset a little bit, you may or may not have to I know these are moving, so that's good. Doesn't need any grease, but if you needed to grease these, you would just pop one out like that. And these are already greased real nice, so you don't have to do anything. But as long as they're moving, you're good. If one of them freezes, it'll cause uneven brake wear. So one pad will wear faster than the other, or the top will wear faster than the bottom. Okay, so now that we know that, let's go ahead and break this free. Pull him up and out. I'll back that down in a minute. Flip our caliper back. Make sure you flip it the right way and your hose is straight. And let's glide it on over, just like that. You might have to compress your guide pin in a little bit, right there. And let's get our hose. Give it a wiggle. There we go. Give this one a wiggle. There we go. And tighten as much as you can by hand. I'm probably blocking the cam. Sorry if I am. Man, blocking the cam. Sorry if I am. All right, so now same thing, same procedure. When we took them off, so tighten, and then we're gonna give it the smacks. When the wrench starts bouncing back towards you, then you're tight. Here we go. Got that one tight. That one tight. Come back up top. Give it some smacks. Give it some smacks. Same thing with this one. Smack. When it starts to bounce, you're done. All right, so we have this side done. Just repeat this process on the passenger side. 2007 Chevy Tahoe, 5.3 liter. This is how you change the front brake pads. So please hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. See you on the next video. And until then, no rest is the enemy always on these things. Live life, love it, and I'm out.